Good evening, gentlemen. We convened this press conference to clear the air on the issue of 88 Zamfara State students abandoned by the Zamfara State government in Cyprus. I will read out a text of our press conference, which I hope will be shared with the media and the general public. On the 17th of October 2024, Zamfara Cycle Community Initiative submitted a Freedom of Information request to the Zamfara State Ministry of Education, Science and Technology, seeking information on, among other things, the status of the Zamfara State students left stranded in Cyprus. The intent was to balance the information from the side of the government with what was obtained from other stakeholders, including parents, CSOs, and the student themselves. We intend to identify the gaps and advise the government where necessary. Till today, however, there is no response to that inquiry. So while we were waiting for the government response, a popular critic, Bello, released a video detailing the sufferings of the students and how they engage in menial labor to fend for themselves. The video prompted public outcry and demand for the government to take immediate action to resolve their problems. These outcries prompted the government, through the governor's spokesperson, to release a statement clarifying the efforts it made in resolving all the issues the students are facing. For clarity, the statement highlighted that in November 2023, the state government paid 115.6 million naira in two tranches of 84.7 and 30.9 million respectively to the Cyprus International University. Although the statement did not specify or clarify what the payments were for, according to other sources, the payment was for the accommodation of the students. This was done with the promise that by January or February of 2024, all the outstanding debt owed the university will be settled and the students will resume their studies. A promise that has not been fulfilled till today. In fact, after several excuses, including telling the students that the governor had traveled for Lesser Hajj, government officials stopped engaging the students. Around August 2024, however, the state government set up a three-man panel, a three-man committee comprising of 2 commissioners and 1 special advisor to, among other things, here I am highlighting the mandate of the committee, establish the actual amount Zamfara State owes the university in respect of the 93 students sent on scholarship since 2019, securing all the Zamfara State students in the university in person to ascertain their actual number, verify the students' various and individual courses with a view to evaluating their performance and confirm their expected year of graduation, evaluating the conditions under which studies are being carried out, the situation of the hostels, feeding and other learning tools and infrastructure provided, and devising a mutually agreed terms and conditions through which the established outstanding and future liabilities will be settled. However, apart from the verification of the students, the committee did not achieve any of its terms of reference. For clarity, the committee met with the students before the commencement of the verification exercise, where the students highlighted all the challenges they are facing and even suggested ways to resolve them. The committee listened to them and promised to table those concerns at the next State Executive Council meeting. The committee also toured where the students live, but tellingly, they refused to visit the mosque where most of the male students sleep, with one of the committee members rhetorically asking what will change even if we were to see the place. Of course, true to his words, nothing changed since. The students continue to sleep outside in that mosque. The committee, out of their magnanimity, donated 25,000 naira each, equivalent to TL 500, Turkish lira 500 at the time, to each student. This donation, although appreciated, was only enough to cover 1 meal for them. On the issue of the debt owed, the students summed up all the debts they individually owed the university as shown in their portals, and that represents the most accurate way of verifying the debt. Although the committee sought to get a verification from the university, such move is creating an unnecessary delay and prolonging the students' suffering. Further, When the 1 million naira paid to the university by the state government in June 2024, which has not been added to the students' portal, is factored in, the debt will significantly reduce. 100 million naira. So our observations. Although this is a mess inherited from the previous government, the business of government, we believe, is a continuum, and the state government under Governor Lawal made some moves to help the students. But it is clearly dragging its feet in alleviating the students' suffering. The students still lack proper accommodation and have to engage in menial labor to feed themselves. The students are under the risk of exploitation by employers due to lack of legal documentation. Their visas and passports have expired. To live in a foreign country without legal documentation puts them at the risk of imprisonment and deportation. Already one of the students suffered this fate and was deported. I was imprisoned and deported back to Lagos in handcuffs before he eventually returned to Zamfara, and the government is aware of this. One student is still in prison, being held captive, and the government is also aware. The figure generated from the students' portal is the authentic debt owed by the university by the state government. The transition committee, the new executive secretary of the scholarship board, and the commissioner of education, science and technology were fully briefed with the details of the case by the former leadership of the scholarship board, but they have never indicated any interest in taking the case forward. In its press release by the governor's spokesperson and the subsequent press conference by the commissioner of education, the government has not indicated any tentative step it has taken to resolve this issue. So our recommendations. Zamfara state government should, as a matter of urgency, provide those students with funds for upkeep and accommodation, because at the moment they don't have any. The government should take tentative steps to renew their passports and visas so they can live freely without fear of arrest, imprisonment, and or deportation. And if the government is serious about renewing their visas and passports, there is a special arrangement promised to the students by the Embassy of Nigeria in Ankara to arrange for a special arrangement for them to be captured and issued with the renewed passports. The government, in partnership with the Nigerian mission in Ankara, should take tentative steps to save the student being held in prison. The government should use the figure generated from the students' portal as the verified debt owed the university by the state government, and should immediately commence the process of paying the debt off. And finally, the government should take tentative steps to further mitigate the occurrence of the problem. In addition, we have been facing several calls from people within and without the state to, if the government is not willing to take any tentative action, that we should make provisions for accounts for people to donate and help the students return to Nigeria, as the case may be. But we believe this is a government problem, and it should take tentative steps to take care of it. If they cannot do it, we are giving them till Wednesday, because between today and Wednesday, we'll begin the process of outlining what modalities will be taken in crowdfunding and sourcing for funds to return them back to the country. So if the government did not take any tentative steps by Wednesday, we are releasing account numbers. We will also call on people to donate and help us bring those students back to the country and to their parents. Thank you very much.